Alright, man, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, man. And today we finna get into the CJ on 32s, the car monopoly, coming from Celebrity Cars. You already know I've been digging their videos. I like they stance on things. Some things I overlook, but let me break it down for you, you feel me? So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in that comment box. Tell me how you felt about this video and give me some things to react to. And with that being said, man, let's check it out.
In Monopoly, rules are simple. Own as much properties as possible, play smart, don't end up in jail, and of course, don't cheat.
Damn.
What if I told you that today, these rules apply to real life? As we dive into a one-man's army story with one question in mind. How did he win the game? A, he cheated. B, he was lucky. C, he's a genius. D, it was written. Let's play this game and find out together.
I ain't gonna lie though, this montage right here is cold. I need my Celebrity Cars video soon, bro.
Our story starts in crowded Chicago, Illinois, in a suburb that's located an hour away from central Chicago, called Joliet, where Corey D. Jones was born and raised. Joliet was no sweet spot. In that period in Illinois, the murders were spread out like cancer all the way through the suburbs. Violence and drugs were part of the lifestyle, and a huge part of Corey's lifestyle too. CJ had a rough and turbulent upbringing, if I can say the least. He went to jail for the first time when he was 14 years old, 2 weeks for stolen bikes. From there on, it just got worse and worse. He went to jail multiple times on weapons charges and caught his first shooting case at 16 years old. What needs to be understood though, is that Corey was born into the street life. He came from a gang-related family on his mother's side. And the worst was, that's what moved him. The thrill of waking up, going on the block, to gangbang. He didn't know any better. His dad's side was different, more boring. While his dad was at work all day, he and his gang ran the streets basically. Unlike most cases,
you could have some good parents than this, that, and the third. Not to say that his mom wasn't no good parent because she had what she had going on her side. She can't control that either. She was born into it too. But bro, that good parent that you got, for some reason, bro, it's like they always got the least amount of time with you. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy.
CJ grew up in a Mexican neighborhood, and that taught him how to handle business differently. His gang was black, but with a lot of Latinos in it, which brought him a different perspective. His grandmother's house was like a GQ, the Joneses' house. That's where all the gangs came and hung out at. Their family was pretty renowned in the neighborhood. People used to shoot at his grandmother's house all the time. He's seen a lot, lived a lot. And when you know how the bottom feels like, the only way is up from there.
And before we get in it a little bit deeper, bro, one thing that I would say about CJ on 32 is I love the way that he does his cars. I love the way that he's taking over his lane on YouTube. He's one of the first car YouTubers or YouTubers in general that I really seen getting their interiors done and changing the whole inside of their car. Like, he's changing everything on the car. He's not just getting the wrap and saying, okay, cool, we done, you know what I'm saying, they look good. No, he's doing the interiors. I remember when he had that, I think it was a Scat Pack, and it was like a purplish red, and like he did, bro, that shit was so crazy to me.
The game Monopoly is back at McDonald's. And oh golly, this is the year to play. People all over will win instantly from over $50 million worth of cash and prizes. More than ever before. Win shopping sprees, vacations, a Coca-Cola. Ooh, tasty. Or maybe one of 500 all-new Oldsmobile Cutlass Supremes. Wow. So do not pass go. Go directly to McDonald's. Play Monopoly.
CJ always had a good heart, but he let the adrenaline rush of making people fear him take control over him. He was sort of possessed. Eventually, through anger issues management and federal complications, Corey still managed to get his first and last 9-to-5 job at around 15 to 16 years old. He worked at McDonald's, but for a very short period. Why? because CJ was smart from the get-go. That work shift made him realize he didn't want to work for anybody. So he worked at the fast food, got his paycheck, and he quit right after. That paycheck was enough for him to buy an 8-ball, which is 1/8 of an ounce of an illegal substance, around 3.5 grams. And he never looked back since. After that, he just started hustling on the streets. But things would take a turn at an unexpected moment. Because when you understand that the game is rigged, you start to look for ways to play it differently.
The game is rigged, you start to play it differently.
CJ was born with a toy car and video game in his hand. He's always been into cars since he can't remember. His pops always had clean cars, so he was influenced by the car culture from very young. That's the thing. Most people think he started getting into them after he started YouTube. But nah, he's always been a speed junkie. Even when he was in the streets, he always had cars, getting his first car on rims at 16 years old. On a calm night, Corey was scrolling on Instagram and sees this guy that keeps liking his pictures. He goes to his page and his name is CJ. He was like, who is this lame dude with the same name as me? What he didn't know is that this other CJ will soon propel him to stardom. CJ So Cool, a YouTuber with almost 10 million subscribers, was the guy who reached out to him. They started inboxing each other and building a relationship. They eventually linked up. So Cool came to Chicago and the road to fame started from there. Cordero was interested in Corey in the first place because he saw all the nice cars he had, and when they linked up, he wanted immediately to buy Corey's tank, a Camaro on 32s. At first, CJ was reluctant to start YouTube because he actually didn't need any money, but his now good friend highly recommended him to start a channel because he saw his talent and potential. After long reflection, he decided to start, and still to this day, he gives him credit because if it wasn't for him, he would have never started YouTube in the first place. Cordero helped him until he had 20,000 subs. To celebrate, Corey flew to Las Vegas to the So Cool land, and they became like family. CJ So Cool's lifestyle served as inspiration for him, and that's all it took. On July 6 of 2017, CJ started his channel, and the monopoly had just started.
And I ain't gonna cap, bro. I don't really care for like the 32 rims. Like, I feel like they a little bit too big for a lot of the cars, especially to the point where you gotta get the wheel well, like, changed and expanded. But it's his style, though.
Corey never stopped since then, uploading 45 to 60-minute vlogs every single day. In 5 years, he never took one day off. Counting over 1 million subscribers today, his success is still unprecedented. CJ on 32's car collection is one of the most impressive ones the YouTube industry has ever seen.
And it's still growing.
His whole collection is worth in the millions of dollars. One of his favorite cars was a yellow Lamborghini Aventador LP704 Pirelli edition that he bought for over $400,000 the exact day his mom passed away.
Peace,
now,
dude.
owning a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, a Lamborghini Huracan Technica, a Lamborghini Urus, and a Lamborghini Revelto, he decided to get rid of it. To give you an idea of the madness, throughout the years, CJ owned an Audi RS7, a Corvette C8 Stingray, BMW 760i, Smart Car, Chevy Camaro ZL1, Cadillac CT5V Blackwing, Cadillac Escalade, Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat, Trackhawk, Mercedes AMG GT63S, Rolls-Royce Ghost, Tesla Cybertruck, lots of Camaros, Challenger RT and every Hellcat model, Lamborghini Huracan Spider, 1971 Impala Donk,
Nah, this shit crazy.
Ram TRX, BMW i8 Roadster, Tesla Plaid, McLaren 720S, Mercedes-Benz S580, Demon Jeep.
I know when he gets cars, you know what I'm saying, like the Rams are made to go on said car. But I wonder when he does sell certain cars, does he take the Forgiatos off or does he sell it as is? I wonder.
Chrysler Hellcat 300, and a 1987 Chevy Landau. More than 30 cars at this point. But the question always was and still remains, how does Corey afford and manage all of these precious toys? Now, most of the cars CJ owns are paid for. People never really understand what he does, but he makes a lot of money off YouTube. He's got a 6-figure deal with Facebook, a 800 credit score, and a lot of behind-the-scenes activity going on. But remember, there's people that don't like to see you win and being in front of them in Monopoly. So keeping some ventures private is obvious. In terms of insurance, he doesn't care and doesn't know how much he pays because everything's on autopilot. The only thing he looks at is the deposits a day and the deposits a month. And that's it. He makes money in his sleep. Money flows 24/7, and that's all that matters. But things get hectic when people take their credit card by their own will, enter one of CJ's raffle to win a car, and don't win anything, and then get mad and call CJ a fraud. My question is, who forces anyone to do anything?
That's the exact scat pack I was just talking about a little bit earlier, bro. But we're going to get into this. This car right here, bro, one of my favorite cars that he ever had. This shit was hard as fuck, bro.
Anyone to do anything? Nobody. So why does everyone call it a scam? CJ on 32's raffles are completely computerized. Everything's done live, and can't nobody cheat. CJ has hundreds of videos of him blessing people all around America with different types of cars. But proof isn't enough nowadays, I guess. And while the world hates, Corey claimed that he's been able to make 7 figures 7 times in 2023.
Yeah, so he cleared, and that was it. He said, and when he said that off raffles alone. He said he made 7 figures, aka $1 million, 7 times in 1 year, and he said he only had 1 raffle that didn't do as well. That's his sauce. That's his method. A lot of people try raffles and don't go nowhere.
In the Roman Empire, emperors showed their power in many ways, but one way was by having multiple wives and plenty of kids. CJ seemed to live by those traditional values, since he has 3 girls and about 11 kids from 5 different baby mamas. Corey mentioned that he doesn't do relationships. He just has options and doesn't need a woman for nothing, besides kids, I guess. Plus, all of his girls genuinely get along, so there's no animosity in the ecosystem. CJ does this because, well, he can. His income allows him to feed 11 mouths and take care of plenty of women. And while most people with double the money he has, I mean billionaires, don't have any kids and don't help anyone, Corey right here feeds a whole tribe plus his whole team, whether it's his partner AL or his close friends he works with. He wants his friends to surpass him. Everyone eats around him.
That's big, bro. That's the goal in life, bro, to have everybody eating around you, bro. A lot of people, they feel like they gotta hold others back and they gotta elevate in order to, you know what I'm saying, feel secure. But in reality, bro, all that's gonna do is create like a different type of envy and jealousy that people gonna feel justified for, and it's gonna lead to people doing you way worse than if you was to help them. Now, is there gonna be some people who slime you out because you helping them? Yes, but there's more people who are gonna slime you out when you don't do nothing for them than if you do. You know what I'm saying? There's a famous saying, a person is only as loyal as their last meal. The person who's consistently feeding somebody, they're going to be more loyal to them versus the person who, you know what I'm saying, don't do nothing for them. Just being real. It's human nature. The hell? What's background music?
From his mom telling him that he won't live past 18 to now being the 2nd top spender in Louis Vuitton Dallas and having the absolute dream life, CJ on 32's has become a real-life blueprint to success for this young generation. He doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, and never got high in his entire life. My man's as clean as a whistle when it comes to that. Through his crazy life, I think that's what kept him grounded and true to himself too, and I can only respect that. But as anyone who's played Monopoly knows, sometimes you have to go to jail. It's just part of the game. Even though Corey's life start in life seemed like a rigged escape plan, he showed the world that you can start from the bottom of the bottom, turn your life around 360, and end up in a place you never thought you could land in one day. A place where everyone around you feels the same length and breadth of freedom as you. Waking up, vlogging, and shooting a 45 to 50-minute video every single day is not easy, but Corey still grinds today like he doesn't have it. CJ on 32s is living proof that if you learn to learn what's good for you and go full into that, the world is yours.
That's
CJ
fire.
went through hell and came out of it stronger than ever. He learned from his mistakes, read and studied every single rule of the Monopoly, planted his seeds strategically, and won the game. Because we can now confidently say the answer to our question, how did he win the game, is crystal clear right now. The answer is D. It was written.
And before we wrap this video up, man, bro, I want to touch that point right there. I feel like everybody, your destiny is written before you're even born. Your destiny is written, what you really supposed to do. And I feel as though every person knows what they're supposed to do, knows or has that dream that they want to chase. It's just about whether you do what it takes or not. Some people start closer to their dreams than others, and some people, you know what I'm saying, they're going to start all the way at the back. But either way, you got a duty, you got a goal, you got to do what you got to do to get to where you're trying to be. Whether you're born in the hood, starving on Section 8, or where you're born in a mansion in the Hamptons somewhere. Everybody got somewhere that they should be in life. And it's going to be different for everybody. Some people got family traumas and this, that, and the third. Where they coming from, they just want a stable household, wife and kids, or husband and kids, and create a generation that loves each other. You know what I'm saying? That don't want to back and forth and all the arguing and stuff like that. Everything that everybody wants is different. I know what I want out of life. I ain't finna sit right here and cap, you know what I'm saying? I know what I want out of life, and I dream big. And I gotta get to where I gotta get to, and I know that there's some things that I gotta do that I've been, you know what I'm saying, reluctant upon, but day by day, you know what I'm saying, I'm gaining my confidence and getting over them fears, bro. It's just honesty, you feel what I'm saying? So, with that being said, man, let's wrap up this video and see what else they got to say.
Like, it's not easy, guys. Always be yourself when you're doing something. You know, you gotta put in the work. You know, you gotta crawl before you walk. Like, some people just want to go from 0 to 1,000,000 right off the back. It don't work like that. They want a quick way out, and they want somebody to help them. No, you gotta promote you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe in you. You know, you just gotta work with what you got, man. So,
you feel me? And you know what they say, man? You become very dangerous when you figure out that you can do it all on your own. So with that being said, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in that comment about something, how you felt about this video. With that being said, we're gonna wrap up. I don't know why I say that so much. I be like, with that being said. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Get up out of here, man. We gone.